Hi, I'm Czarina C, aka Czarina, and this is my player spotlight. Why did I join? Well, for most people, they use PPTL as like a starting point or training for like other bigger competitions. But as for me, I joined the VGC community like just after the last season ended. So all the tournaments that I started with were kind of big tournaments. And luckily enough, I was able to do pretty well, getting into top cutting the national selection tournaments and eventually making it to the national team in just maybe 3 to 4 months since joining. So if that's what I can achieve without proper training, then joining PPTL with proper training, I want to see just how much I can achieve from there. So coming from a male-dominated industry, it's not exactly something foreign to me. But the positive side of being one of the few women in PPTL or VGC in general is that I feel like my actions are amplified. Like my achievements feel like they're bigger, but at the same time, it's also a disadvantage because I feel like I'm always pressured to perform well because I'm always quote unquote representing an entire gender. So, yeah, so there's good and bad sides to it, but the best I can do is just, I guess, always just try my best and offer help in case there are other female players who are interested to join. My style of play definitely changed. The first tournament I ever joined, which was the SOS Batuhan, I used mouse ape and I just spammed beat up and rage fist, and I was able to place top 4 there. So yeah, and then the second tournament that I ever joined, which was nationals, but it was a best of 1 format, and at this point, I wanted to bring like a unique team. So I brought Spiritomb and Pincurchin to nationals, but it didn't sustain me because I brought the same team um, after nationals as well to the Pokemon Online Championship. It was hosted by MK Sparks, and I placed, if not the bottom, like very near the bottom. So after that, I was like, my previous tournaments were best of 1, so I can't keep relying on the element of surprise anymore. Yeah. So when I started using rentals, basically, I think my first rental that I tried out was Qian Pao and Dragonite. And I really found it so boring and cliche at first. But then when I started using it, I started winning more. And then I just brought that team to the national qualifiers and somehow placed in the top 10. So I'd say my style right now is definitely sticking to meta and knowing the meta, because eventually if I want to go for a more unique team, then at least I know what I have to beat later on. As for my motivation, when I started, I think I was just aiming for experience and having fun. But now when I join tournaments, I want to at least be in the top cut. Aside from being a woman, my only, or rather the thing that sets me apart from everyone in PPTL is that I have a sibling who also plays in the league. And we're the first ever recipients of the Plusland Mainan Award. Sure, being part of a team is good and helpful, but if you have a family member that is in VGC, then VGC just naturally makes its way into anything regular that you're doing. So sometimes we're in the car and we're team building, or we're eating and we're sparring on Showdown. Sometimes we're even in the plane and we brought our Switches since there's no Wi-Fi, so we played locally. So yeah, no one else in PPTL has that. And my PPTL like personal idol, I guess, is Aaron Cybertron Jiang, and he also has a brother named Brendan, who is a junior world champion, I think. And we can say that in the Philippines, we are the closest the Philippines has to the Zheng brothers. Yeah, as an introvert, I don't really take this lightly, but the most important thing is not to be afraid to interact with the community. Um, I was actually given the opportunity to lead my own team in the grassroots mini league, which is the Casa Royal Crowns, and we made it to playoffs. But I'd say the proudest thing I am about that team is that we still team build and spar to this day, and it's really useful when we have other tournaments, and we don't want other people to know what our teams are. Like I had a teammate, Prey Sol, who fights in the Bacolod scene, and obviously he doesn't want to spar with his own teammates. So yeah, we helped him prepare for his tournament. It's not just about making friends though, since VGC is very information heavy. In order to beat your opponents, you have to know how they play. So yeah, one of the tips is to befriend people so that you can figure out how to beat them later on.